if you're drawn to empty hallways, after-hours intimacy, and the kind of romance that unfolds when the world goes quiet, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. This is the story of the night I took a temporary job at a closed luxury hotel, and the man who made sure I was never alone after dark. The hotel is officially closed. That's what the email said. Renovations underway. Skeleton staff only. Night coverage required. High pay. Short contract. No guests. I accepted without thinking too hard about what closed really meant. The building rises at the edge of downtown like it's waiting for someone to remember it. Tall stone facade, arched windows, brass doors polished to a dull shine. A place that once hosted weddings and galas and whispered scandals, and now sits empty under scaffolding and tarps. The lobby lights are on when I arrive, but the space feels hollow. Chandeliers glow without reflection. The marble floor echoes under my heels. A man waits near the front desk. White, early 40s, tall, broad-shouldered in a tailored black coat that looks more intentional than necessary. His posture is relaxed, but there's nothing casual about him. "You're early," he says. "I like to be," I reply. A corner of his mouth lifts. "Good. Nights here reward preparation." "I'm here for the overnight desk coverage," I say. "Temporary." "I know," he replies. "I'm Julian, hotel manager." "Of course you are." He gestures toward the empty lobby. "Welcome." He walks me through the building slowly. Too slowly. We pass the closed restaurant. Chairs stacked neatly like they're waiting for instructions. The ballroom doors are locked, but I can feel the size of the room behind them. Vast, expectant. "Security patrols?" I ask. "Limited," Julian replies. "Renovation crews are gone by sunset. Cameras are active, but..." He pauses. "I prefer someone physically present at night." "Why?" "Because empty buildings invite imagination," he says. "And imagination brings problems." That answer doesn't reassure me. The front desk is old-fashioned dark wood. Brass bell, ledger instead of tablets. He shows me the system, the emergency lines, the protocol for situations that shouldn't happen. "And if something does?" I ask. "You call me," he says immediately. "You live nearby?" "I live upstairs," he replies. That makes my pulse jump. "You're staying here too?" "Yes." "In a closed hotel?" "Yes." "For how long?" He studies me for a moment. "As long as it takes." The first night is quiet. Too quiet. The building settles around midnight, every sound amplified by the emptiness. Distant pipes knock softly. Wind brushes the upper windows. The clock behind the desk ticks louder than it should. I catch myself checking reflections in the lobby mirrors more than once. Julian passes through occasionally, never hovering, never startling, just appearing at the edge of my awareness like he's been there longer than I noticed. "You don't sleep?" I ask around 1 a.m. "I do," he says. "Just not deeply when someone new is here." That should make me uncomfortable. Instead, it makes me feel considered. By the third night, patterns form. Julian checks in every hour on the dot. He brings coffee once, sets it on the desk without comment, leaves. He never touches me, never crowds my space. But he always positions himself where he can see both me and the entrance. "You don't trust the building," I say. "I trust the building," he replies. "I don't trust what emptiness does to people." "And what does it do?" I ask. "It reminds them of what they want," he answers. "And what they're missing." The words linger long after he walks away. The night shift stretches time. Without guests, the hotel feels like a living thing holding its breath. Hallways seem longer after midnight. Elevators hum even when no one calls them. One night, I hear footsteps on the mezzanine. Slow. Measured. My heart jumps. Julian is there instantly, stepping into the open space beside the desk. "Crew." I whisper. "No," he says calmly. "Old building. Thermal shifts." He stays beside me until the sound fades. "You don't like being startled," he observes. "I don't like not knowing," I correct. His gaze softens slightly. "Neither do I." The intimacy builds in glances and silence. In the way he lowers his voice when the lobby feels especially hollow. In the way I find myself relaxing only when he's nearby. One night I catch him watching me, Not like he's monitoring, but like he's noticing. You're staring, I say lightly. I'm assessing, he replies. Assessing what? How you're settling in. And you adapt quickly, he says. But you don't pretend this place doesn't affect you. That's not a compliment, I say. It is to me, he answers. The first real incident happens on night 5. A side door alarm triggers near the service corridor. The sound cuts through the quiet like a blade. Julian appears beside me instantly. Stay here. I can help. Stay, he repeats. Firmer now. He disappears down the hallway. I grip the edge of the desk, heart racing, listening to distant echoes and the thud of my own pulse. Minutes stretch. When he returns, his coat is open, breathing steady but sharper than before. Just a raccoon, he says. Or someone curious who changed their mind. That happens. I ask. Yes, he replies. People like to test closed doors. And you? I ask softly. Why stay here at night? He meets my gaze. Because someone has to watch. The way he says it makes me wonder if he's talking about more than the building. After that, he insists on walking me through the hotel during my breaks. Company policy? I tease. My policy, he replies. We walk dim corridors, our footsteps echoing together. He tells me stories not about guests but about the building itself. The history woven into the walls. The way places remember people. You talk about it like it's alive, I say. It is, he answers. In the way all things that hold secrets are. And you? I ask. Are you part of the hotel too? He pauses. More than I should be. The tension breaks quietly. No dramatic moment. No danger. Just one late night when the power flickers and the emergency lights bathe the lobby in amber. I inhale sharply. Julian is already there. Closer than he's ever been. Not touching, but near enough that I can feel the heat from him. It'll stabilize, he says. I know, I reply. I just wasn't expecting it. You don't like surprises, he says again. I don't like feeling alone with them. His gaze holds mine. You're not alone, he says. I won't let you be. The words settle heavy and intimate. After that night, everything shifts. Not dramatically, but subtly. He lingers longer. I stop pretending I don't notice. You could request reassignment, he says one night. And you could stop hovering, I reply. Do you want me to? He asks. The question hangs between us. No, I admit. His exhale is slow. Controlled. Then I won't. The final night of my contract arrives faster than expected. The lobby feels different, less hollow, more familiar. Like it recognizes me now. Julian stands behind the desk with me, reviewing the log. You're done after tonight, he says. Yes. You don't have to stay, he adds. I know. Silence stretches. But you haven't said you want me gone, I say quietly. No, he replies. I haven't. I turn to face him fully. You never explained why you didn't want me alone at night, I say. He studies me carefully. Because empty places amplify things, he says. Fear. What? Curiosity. And you? I ask. And me, he continues. Because I didn't trust myself to ignore those things if you felt unsafe. The admission sends a slow shiver through me. You didn't cross any lines, I say. No, he agrees. Because I didn't want to take anything you didn't choose. I step closer. Julian, I say softly. He waits. I'm choosing now. He doesn't move at first. Then his hand lifts, slow, deliberate, and rests at my waist. Grounding. Intentional. This changes things, he murmurs. Yes, I reply. It does. He leans in, forehead resting against mine. The empty hotel holding its breath around us. When morning comes, the building feels less silent. Like it's listening instead of waiting. I gather my things slowly. You'll be back, Julian says. It's not a question. Yes, I answer. And the hotel? I think it likes night company, I say with a smile. He returns it, small, genuine. So do I. I step outside as dawn breaks across the city. The hotel doors closing softly behind me. I took a night shift at a closed luxury hotel. I left knowing some places don't just need watching. They need someone willing to stay. I don't go straight home. I walk a block first, then another, letting the city wake around me while the hotel recedes behind my thoughts. The sky lightens slowly, pale and indecisive, like it hasn't committed to morning yet. I keep thinking about the lobby, how quiet it felt when I left. Not empty, just attentive, like it knew something had shifted. I turn back before I fully decided to. Julian is still inside when I return. I can tell by the way the lights glow unevenly, some on, some dimmed. The hotel never looks fully asleep when he's there. He doesn't look surprised when I step through the doors. "You forgot something," he says calmly. "Yes," I reply. "I did." He waits. Always waiting. "I don't think I ever asked," I say, crossing the marble floor slowly, "why you chose to manage a place like this." Julian studies me for a moment, then gestures toward the seating area near the windows. "Sit." I do. "This hotel," he begins, "was built for people who didn't want to be seen unless they chose it. Old money, private griefs, quiet indulgences." His gaze flicks to the chandeliers. "It understands discretion." "And you?" I ask. "I understand solitude," he answers. "And responsibility." "That sounds lonely." "It was," he admits, "until you started working nights." The honesty settles between us, heavy and warm. The hours stretch gently. No urgency. No rush to label what this is or isn't. Julian makes coffee. Strong. Deliberate. He hands me a cup without touching my fingers, but close enough that I feel the heat. "You're different in daylight," I say. "So are you," he replies. "Less guarded." "I don't need to be here," I say. "Not anymore." "I know," he says. "But you still want me here." "Yes." No hesitation. The simplicity of it steadies me more than any declaration could. We walk the hotel together one last time. Not as manager and staff. As witnesses. He shows me the upper floors. Closed suites wrapped in linen covers, mirrors draped like they're in mourning. He tells me which rooms used to host affairs that ruined families, which ones held people who never returned. "This place keeps what people give it," he says. "And what did you give it?" I ask. He stops walking. "Years," he answers quietly. "Because it asked for them. And now, he says, turning to face me fully, "I'm deciding what I want back." The air thickens. Not with urgency. With meaning. The boundary shifts again, softly, deliberately. We stand near the grand staircase, light spilling down from the high windows above. Julian steps closer. Close enough that there's no mistaking intent. "You don't owe me anything," he says. "I know. And I won't make this place a reason you feel bound." "I know that too." His hand lifts, stopping inches from my arm. Waiting. I close the distance myself. The contact is gentle, steady, charged with restraint that's no longer about holding back, but about honoring what's being built. "This isn't just about night shifts," I murmur. "No," he agrees. "It never was." When I finally leave, for real this time, the city feels different. Not louder. Just less necessary. I glance back once. Julian stands inside the glass doors, not watching like a guard. Not looming like a shadow. Just present. A man who refused to let me be alone. Not because I was weak, but because he understood what quiet spaces can do to people when no one stands beside them. I took a job at a closed luxury hotel. I didn't expect to find something open inside myself. And when I return, because I will, it won't be as staff. It will be as someone who chose the night. And the man who stayed awake with it.